Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here. Welcome to Gibson's Garage and Speed Shop. I've got a quick video for you today. It's going to be just a quick, simple replacement on my wife's Magnum here. Let's go check it out. This is a 2006 Magnum RT with a 5.7 Hemi. That's not important in this video because what we're going to be doing is fixing this. So her buttons don't work. I can totally hear some clicking. Oh my gosh, what's happening right now? Okay. Oh, now it's not working. Maybe it's okay. Anyways, this is the unit I'm going to be replacing to see if that takes care of it. Well, that's not the right unit then, is it? I went to the junkyard and grabbed this, but this doesn't have the back seat part. I just realized. That's annoying. All right, well, I'll still take it apart for you guys, and I need to see what's going on behind there to see what part I do need. But at least maybe I can stick the power probe to the connectors and get this seat to go down and forward. Because right now it's stuck all the way to the ceiling, and I can't even fit in the passenger seat. But I got one of these guys, Phillips, because the stubby screwdriver is too small to fit in there. So just break those loose. This will take some time. It's tedious, so I won't force you to watch me. All right, so that one's loose and just hanging out. There's also one down here at the bottom, right there, and I can't get a screwdriver on that one either. So we're doing this guy again. And then the one in front here. And I don't think I need to pull it all the way out, right? We just got to get it far enough away that I can get the module out of there. Oh. Okay, to peel this off, I might have to remove the seatbelt. I was hoping to wiggle around the seatbelt. Let's pop this back end off first. There we go. There we go. So yeah, pop the back end off and then the front kind of clips in. Now we can get to that seatbelt bolt. Again, is it necessary? Can I slide it up? Yeah, there's no room to slide up. Yeah, there is. There's room. Take that screw out. That's a long one. Yeah, it does look like the same module. It's just mine doesn't have the back seat part. And this is just, that module is just clipped in. So if I can get my fingers in there enough to unclip it, I'm gonna need two hands. But it's pretty simple. You just gotta grab the black pieces and lift up. Get your fingernail or a flathead. There we go. And that's what it's going to look like. Pretty much the same as what I got, just overlooked the back seat part. Let's see if I can just plug this in and get the seat to scoot forward or down. I'm just going to squeeze these tabs on the side. And whoa, whoa, whoa. Plug this one in. Now, will it go down? It does. Does it go forward? It does. Oh, yeah. So, at least I know that it's just this part. And if I wanted to, I could just squeeze this guy back into place and we'd have a working seat. But I'm just gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do actually. Because I need it all the way forward to put the plastic back together. Another issue I'm kind of running into is the back of the seat here. It's going to be a little easier if I can move the seat forward and if I can get the seatbelt off. What you're going to need to grab is an external Torx bit. You can get a set of them from AutoZone or O'Reilly's. This is an E12, E for external. You know, it looks like kind of like a star. Just slide that on there, bust that loose, put the old connector back on so I can move the seat forward, and then we can slide the plastic back on. I think I'm gonna just leave this hanging out for now, so we can switch back and forth for whoever's in the passenger seat. I can adjust everything until I can find the right part. Oh, this guy's probably, well, it wasn't super tight, but as tight as you'd expect for a seatbelt. It's kind of a small bolt, huh? It's attached to the seat. That is a small bolt, a little bit of Loctite on there. A little hook. There you go. That's what that looks like. Now I see everything. There's your motor. Those are internal Torx, if you need to replace that. All right, let's snap this. No, yeah, we gotta switch. Okay, we'll start. There's 3 screws that came out of the plastic. We'll use the short one for the front. Just kind of leave it loose for now. And then the middle one is making contact. That'll be the easy one to do. The back of it kind of wants to hang out because of all the leather in my way. So I'm gonna have to force the back a little bit, just push against all the cushionings and stuff to get that last screw in place. There we go. Okay, so that screw's kind of just sitting there. This is what I mean. So you just gotta make sure all the leather's tucked. And of course it doesn't want to do it the best because I've got the wire hanging out the top. Which hopefully a problem you guys won't have because you'll have the right part. There we go. Now we can tighten the rest of them up. seatbelt back on. Like that. Okay, now we can keep both of our control units handy over here. Slide the bottom in or front first. Oh no, that way, that's how you do it. There it goes. There. Now we can go down. And I can sit in here without bending my head. Okay. Plug the other one in so I can move the seat back. Yeah. And that'll just have to be good. People have to sit in that lean back position. I'll plug the other one in so they can move their seat up and down for passengers or themselves. Oh, that's so nice. All right. Keep that guy there, I guess, or in the glove box. Okay, since I'm usually the passenger over here. Oh, that's so nice. My head doesn't hit the ceiling at all. I'm 6'2". So with it up, you can imagine, I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, we're good. I like it. And that's how an idiot fixes his car with the wrong parts. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it so much. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Leave a comment, all that good stuff. And until next time, peace.